Hey, I'm Callie Oaks here for SJ Varsity at Walton Field, where the Mount Blue Cougars are getting ready to take on the Edward Little Red A's in an exhibition game. We're here to look at the chances for Mount Blue this year in the Class A division of the Pine Tree Conference. Mount Blue has been kind of knocking at the door the last few years. They were a champion 5 years ago. It's been kind of slow going since then. A lot of 2, 3, 4-win seasons. But they made some strides in the second half of last year, and with a big junior and senior group. Could this be the year for the Cougars? We talked to Coach Gary Parlin and a few of the players about that very subject and their hopes for this fall campaign.
Well, we got 7 starters on both sides of the ball back, and we really feel that we get some experience, especially up front. We feel our offense and defensive lines are one of the strengths of our team. We have 58 kids, which is a lot more than we have had in the past, and so we got a little depth this year. So we're really optimistic. We're going to have a decent season.
We've had some guys that have learned at the varsity level the last couple of years, it looks like. Is this kind of the payoff year maybe for that?
Yeah, there's nothing like experience, and in this league you win with juniors and seniors, and this is probably the first true junior-senior team we've had probably in 4 years. We've been playing a lot with sophomores the last couple of years, and in this league, the sophomores, they play hard, they do well, but you can't win consistently in this league unless you have good juniors and seniors.
Maybe some versatility offensively, some different looks this year, a couple of possible quarterback rotation.
We've got 2 quarterbacks we really feel can play, and we're going to play both tonight. One is older, a little better runner, an experienced varsity athlete, and our sophomore is a little better thrower, but he just doesn't have some of the experience. So we're hoping after tonight to kind of make a decision, but maybe we're going to be one of those 2 quarterback teams, and I'm sure we're going to use both of them in some way, shape, or form as the season progresses.
Is this one of those wide open years of the Pine Tree Conference? Does it look like there's less of a gap between the top and the middle?
We really believe there is. It's Bangor is going to be tough. Lawrence, some of the traditional ones, but we really feel that that there's going to be a couple of teams in the middle of the pack that and we hope we're one of them that can get up in that upper echelon of the top 14.
We're here with Matt Archer from Mount Blue. Matt, part of the line. Tell us about how the offensive and defensive lines look this year.
We look really good. We got a lot of depth. Everybody's been working hard.
Here with Brandon Cochran from Mount Blue. Brandon, tell us about line play, how important it is to your offense this year.
Oh, it's very important because we want to be a running team this year, and so it's very important for our line play this year.
Here with Colton Miranda from Mount Blue. Colton, tell us about the defense. That's always, you can't win in this league or any league without that, but how is Mount Blue's defense?
Absolutely. Our defense, I think, is probably one of the better in the league. I thought last year I had the best defensive line in front of me, and we have some inexperienced linebackers, but I think that our defensive line will definitely support us, and we'll be able to make all the plays that we need to make.
Mount Blue's hopes for a breakout season this year pinned heavily on 17 senior starters and a group of 22 juniors. You win with juniors and seniors at any level, but especially in Class A. And the Cougars will be leaning heavily on those experienced players this year. Also a possible 2 quarterback rotation to look for the Cougars, as they have the tall junior Cam Senek, more of a runner, and they have a promising sophomore who can throw the ball, and that would be Jordan Whitney. They're going to use their last exhibition game to try to decide perhaps whom to start, or they may rotate both of those quarterbacks as the season goes along. Similar situation at running back, where Matt Davis and Isaiah Tracy will be the 2 main ball carriers. We always know the Mount Blue Cougars can throw the ball, and they've got some experienced receivers in A.J. Larrabee, Eric Berry, and Ethan Keyes, who will be lining up at tight end this year. And a big line involving Brandon Cochran, Matt Archer, Dylan Burnham, Dakota Savage, and Brandon Scott. All seniors, and that bodes well for the Cougars. Defensively, 5 returning starters: Cochran, Archer, Keyes, Colton Miranda, and Senek. And they'll be moving some faces in this year as well. The Cougars have the luxury, not only with all those senior starters, but most of their depth will be juniors. Not a lot of sophomores in the lineup besides the quarterback that we mentioned, Whitney. Cougars, as always, have a tough schedule in the Pine Tree Conference. They were the 8th seed last year, gave Bangor a scare in the quarterfinal round. Looks like they'll be ready to move up the ladder this season. Time will tell whether or not that's enough to secure a home game or more in the PTC playoffs. Hope to see you on the sidelines this fall. I'm Callie Oaks reporting for SJ Varsity.